We here. LifeCoach Aleem. Hanging out at Dirt Coast Studios today. Dirt Coast Podcast. Powered by those boys today. You know, sponsored by Aleem and Company. You already know how that go. We got yours truly, Giovanni Hampton, in the building today. You know what I mean? How you doing?
Hey y'all, doing good. What's up?
Everything's great?
Yeah, everything's great. I have been on the road and on the go for about 2 weeks now, so blessed.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So how you been enjoying your birthday? You know, I've been seeing you on social media. You've been doing a whole bunch, private parties, everything. How's that been going?
You know, the funniest thing, one of my coworkers wrote on Instagram, because I also work at FAMU, and I don't know if you're familiar with FAMU, we say the birthday October 3rd, 1887.
Yeah.
So she wrote on Instagram and said, we celebrated your birthday 1,887 times this week. So yeah, I've definitely been on just on a natural high.
For sure.
Yeah, on a natural high. I turned 30 years old.
Oh, the
so
big milestone.
I am 30. Welcome to the 30 club. Thank you.
Is 30 still the new 20? Or
now that I'm not sure yet, because I've only been 30 for what, 5 days?
You don't know yet?
Yeah, I don't know yet, but I know 30 is definitely going to be a good year for me. Hopefully, I hope so.
For sure.
So, yeah.
So give us a little background on Giovanni Hampton.
Okay, so Giovanni, well, I'm from Orlando. For anybody who's listening from Orlando, went to Jones High School. Born and raised in Orlando, lived in Orlando all of my life until I went to college. Grew up in Rio Grande, lived with my grandparents for 6 years. Lived in Apopka when my family and my parents, we moved to Apopka in the middle of middle school. And so I used to commute from Apopka to Jones for those 4 years. But for the most part, I lived in Rio Grande with my grandparents and my family. Graduated from Florida A&M University, FAMU, in 2016, and I got a degree in broadcast journalism. So since then, I've just been kind of staying in that field, doing my own thing. I have this self-love drive to encourage young women, older women, all women, men, to pour into themselves, to give more to themselves, to follow their dreams, to follow their purpose, to not worry about what people think, even though it's something that we battle with every single day, even myself. And I think that's truly my purpose. But I also use my talents to help me pay the bills.
For sure.
Yeah.
Skill set.
Yeah.
So what are some of those skills that you learned going through that broadcast journalism school at Florida A&M?
Oh, gosh. Well, first of all, this is not my reporting voice, even this voice, if I had my headset on, I'm pretty sure I sound really good right now. But this is the reporting voice. I would say that's one of the main things that I learned, like while I was in school, is just how to code switch, and how, especially like being in news. I was a news reporter for 4 years, and I did politics. And prior to that, I was a news producer. So even just in that atmosphere, in that realm, people talk different. And then, of course, if you're on TV, they want you to sound different.
You have to.
Not only look different, but literally like sound different, deeper. They always said women, if your voice is deeper, it is more relatable to the audience versus, hey, you guys, I just,
right.
And, right, they're going to be laughing, just like that. So,
no regionalism and all that kind of stuff.
Right, exactly. Right. No reason. But, I've carried into my broadcast voice. And then, of course, writing and writing styles. AP, we learned different AP writing styles. And that helped me as a producer. I left college, and my first job was at West 2 News in Orlando, which was a pretty big deal because there are hundreds of markets. And usually when you come out of college, you start at a very high market, maybe like 70, 50. Mm-hmm. Orlando is number 17 market. So if you're working at number 17 straight out of college, it wasn't the best experience or an easy experience because my producers were in the game, well in it, seasoned. And so, of course, to me, I was a rookie, and in their terms or in our terms, I was hazed.
Hey,
I was definitely hazed. I worked overnight shifts.
somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it, and I
Somebody gotta
definitely
do it.
did it. I did it pregnant. I did it breastfeeding. I did it 11 p.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, and then I had weekends off. Well, I worked weekends when I first started, and then eventually I moved my way up to having the weekends off. But yeah, I was dripping milk in the booth and having to take 2-minute breaks to pump and put it in the freezer. So those lessons that I learned there allowed me to get the reporter position where I was in news in Tallahassee, and I worked at the Florida Channel as a news reporter and a news producer.
That's great. Now I've seen you recently doing some things at Florida A&M, as far as what was one of them for? I believe it was a presentation of Florida A&M, whatever it was. You shared it on. Well, I saw it on Instagram with the president and some other big wigs. How did you
Yeah.
feel about that? How did that come about?
I'm just now honestly getting to the point where I'm able to say that I can see my talent, and had it not been for my boss putting me up to the task to say, you're going to do the president's report, you're going to write it, record it, and present it to the board of governors, which are the people who are they're responsible for all of the universities in the state of Florida. And I had to present the president's report, and it was news reporter style. Like the job that I have right now at FAMU had never been done before. This is the first time that they've ever done it. They literally created the position for me. And when I was searching for a job, I was looking for news reporter jobs. I wanted to
I'm still DJing. I'm at the club. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm 23.
Yeah.
Like, I'm living a life. DJing, all through Orlando, all around Florida. I'm living a life. And I'm like, this is over with. That's the first thing that I had to realize. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
over. I remember, I never forget, I told my dad, I said, Pops, I got to holler at you, man. I had to come up to the school. I said, I'm going to come holler at you. I got to come holler at you and tell you something or whatever. So he said, all right, cool, I'll be here. So I get there, and we talk a little bit just about other stuff. And I said, hey, Pop, I got a baby on the way. First thing he said, stop lying. I was like, no, I'm dead serious. I wouldn't play with you like that. So then he said, John, you got to get a job, man. You need benefits. That's how.
You need benefits.
He said DJing cool and all, but you gonna need some benefits, and you got a son coming. I had a son first, so he said you got a son coming.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna get it. So that was like my first, like, wow, it's over. All them wild nights, in the club, doing it my way, because it was just me. I ain't had no babies in there. So that's when I was like, dang. That's when I had to give myself up. Like, well, whatever plans and admirations I had at the time, that's on the back burner now. I got a son coming. I got to do X, Y, and Z. I got to make sure he's straight. I can't let him down.
Right.
And my motivation and what I always said in my head was, I'd be damned if I let the streets raise mine.
Yeah.
So that's what my motivation was. I'm going to be there for him. I'm gonna always be there for him. He's 20 now.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but yeah, we talk every day. So it's like, that's what happened to me on my first one. 23 years old.
So were you also thinking
Well, I
like
was 22 technically, but by
You
the
was
time he
22.
got here, I was 23 by the time he arrived.
well, at what point were you thinking, or did you ever think like
gonna be better than
how I
me.
changed?
He gonna be better than me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure of that.
Yeah. That's
I
like
tell him
number
to
one
this
factor.
day. I told him, wait, but man, don't have no babies until you about 30 something.
Right.
I don't care what they tell you.
Yeah, but the stuff that we're doing, our kids don't have no choice but to be better.
They got no choice.
They don't have no choice.
It's in them. You know what I'm saying?
It is the
in 'em.
schooling, the just
Yeah.
atmosphere, the communication as a parent, like.
Right.
And I know even with people who have been in those type of environments, sometimes kids just go left.
Yeah.
But I feel like my biggest thing is teaching my son to like be his authentic self and
That's very important.
not worrying about, like, when Noble want to get stressed.
Right.
Sometimes the other day we were literally out going to a graduation, and he had on, like, I don't know, maybe Velcro,
Whatever he wanted.
not Velcro, the hard bottom shoes that y'all wear, and it's like
the real hard bottoms or the boat shoes.
No, like
Stacey Adams hard bottoms.
Yeah, right. He had on, whatever.
So
he had on some
dress
dress shoes.
Yeah.
And
He wanted to be fresh. I would like to be
right, but you know the ones that doesn't have the shoestrings, and they just
not
they
the
just
penny loafer type. Penny loafer.
They
type.
just slide in
Yeah,
those
yeah,
shoes,
like
right?
the loafers.
The loafers,
Yeah,
right? He
the
had on the
loafers.
loafers, and so he wanted to put on socks with the shoes, and I was just like, no, but I don't think you wear socks with those shoes. And I mean, they clean. They black crystals on the top.
Yeah.
They clean. And so he was just like, well, I want to wear socks, right? So I was like, whatever. This boy go in the room. He come back, long white socks. So I
that boy done watch some Michael Jackson,
listen, you hit it right on. I said, Noble. Not that you went and got. I said, no, but now I don't mind you wearing the socks. But long white socks? I said, no, you can't wear long white socks. He said, why? Michael Jackson did it.
Yeah, I knew
and
it.
Hey, let's go. You go and wear them long white socks.
I already knew it. Mike, the only one made it cool.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. Like, okay, whatever. It ain't gonna kill me. You want to wear the long white socks and be like Michael Jackson? I have fun with that. That's fine with me.
That's important for them to be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're gonna guide them. Man.
Yeah.
Like you gave them a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
See, but there's a difference between this is what you're gonna do versus a suggestion.
Yeah.
So you gave him a suggestion.
A suggestion.
You didn't make him feel bad about it. He knew that you weren't feeling it, but he also, hey, my mama let me be me.
And I'm just saying this because your son is probably growing up differently than how you grew up, where you were making your own decisions all the time, right?
Yeah.
And even with me, I didn't really have to make that many decisions on my own. So as an adult, it became harder for me to make my own decisions because I'm always thinking, well, is it gonna be the right one? Let me tag a friend, or let me call my mom. And it was just like you when you like. Now I know for Noble, I want him to be able to make those decisions, because if you don't know how to make decisions before you become an adult, you're always going to be second guessing yourself.
Yeah, you could.
Always.
Are you going to be calling you or his dad?
Exactly. And it's just like, no, that's not going to be happening. That, he should be able to do that. And so that's just kind of where I am.
But the other side of that, to being a young parent, we cover them up a lot because we don't want them to fail. So that's the balance being act, what I call it. So it's hard for us to let them actually fail because we don't want them to fail.
You don't want them to fail.
We don't want them to fail.
Now that part, I ain't gonna let them fail.
Right.
No.
But sometimes, something trivial or something, let him.
Yes.
He's like he can jump across the dang old car. Let him bust his, and so he can find out. Mama ain't crazy after all.
Yeah, and my mom and them had us outside.
Yeah, you had to be outside.
But it was still very, especially like with my, I have 2 sisters. We was all girls.
Right.
And then I have a younger brother. So, of course, my daddy was very protective.
Of course.
My mama, of course, she was the same way. Just always in our ear wanting to be present. And I'm so grateful and thankful for that right now. But I do know that, it's just like, okay, I didn't. Now I'm a parent, and
yeah, it's your job now.
Now it's my job.
Yeah.
So, and I do it full time, for the record.
Well, not for the record. Come on, don't do it like that.
For the record.
Don't do it like that. But where do you see transitioning or going back to what you're currently doing at FAMU? Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself there long term, or what do you see yourself as far as career FAMU moving forward?
Well, I think that
Don't say nothing that might come back to bite you now.
No.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
No. Correct.
Right.
So I see myself. I have a few things that's in store, and I'm pretty sure that this is something that I can publicly announce because this is something that I'm also developing. So I'm in the process of working on a TV show, which is outside of FAMU's realm. But I'm also our Office of Communications at FAMU. We're in the process of developing new platforms for our university to have more engagement and outreach for the university. And I think that being one of the leaders of some of the projects that we have, it's just going to improve the diversity of my portfolio and also just be able to continue for God to like answer my prayers on what it is that I want to do. Like, listen, I thought that because I wasn't a news reporter, then my dreams would. And I didn't even dream to be a news reporter growing up. I ain't even gonna lie. Listen, my birthday is May 28th. I'm a Gemini. I don't know if Geminis have dreams or we just try to live our best life. So I never grew up thinking like, oh, I want to be a lawyer or an astronaut. I just always had talent, to be honest. Like, I felt like I just always I was going to use my talent, or I was going to be competitive or something in that nature. And so I thought that not accomplishing that goal was going to become a deterrence. But really, it was just like the goal may have changed, but your purpose hasn't changed. The mission's still the same. Yeah. And you know what? Matter of fact, that brings me to one of the things that I say: the vision may switch up, but the mission can stay the same, right? And so that's exactly where I am right now. If it's your true mission, it's gonna stay the same. So as far as what will Giovanni be doing in the next 6 months or a few years, helping, being a purpose coach, using my voice, whether it be voice recording, whether it be writing books. I have an ebook, 7 Days, Giovanni Hampton. It's free. When I first dropped the book 2 years, over 100 people bought it. So, and that was just people.
That's your market. That's your warm market.
We trust you. We do believe in you. I didn't have to sell no ads.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just like we feel like we can connect with you. And so, thank you to the followers, the supporters, people who I don't know who supported me. I'm grateful for all of them. But I'm not thinking that I need to cultivate like a super large audience. I'm just like planting my feet wherever I need to be so that I can just be an instrument for what it is that I need to do.
For sure. Dang. You got a lot going on in the next 6 months or 2 years. So is it going to be another book, or was that the book you were referencing?
Actually, and I don't mind saying this, but I'm working on something.
Okay.
It's going to be nice too. It's going to be for 30 days. And it is going to incorporate writing, reading, inspiration, daily devotionals. So now I done told y'all all of that. Now y'all should be able to put together what it's gonna be, right?
Yeah, we got some something in mind.
Something in mind. And the thing is, I wrote this 2 years ago. Now I'm fine tuning it. I wrote this 30-day devotional journal 2 years ago, and I'm still fine tuning it to make sure everything is real, everything was authentic. Because even like what I wrote 2 years ago, it's some stuff I'm like, that was a little girl in me. I probably could switch it up to say this now. Yeah. And so, and so whenever I'm in no rush, whenever I feel the need to release it or put it out there and it's finalized and it's ready, then it will come. But I don't mind speaking it into the atmosphere and putting it out there to say that Giovanni is working on that, so anyone who's listening can hold me accountable. If you see me in a few years and I didn't drop it yet,
I'm listening.
I'm listening. Yeah, hold me accountable. I'm gonna hold you accountable. You tell me something, trust.
For sure.
Between me and my best friend Jasmine, we call each other like, you said she was going. Yeah, she's here supporting me, my good friend. I love Jazz. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Jazz.
Yeah, shout out to Jazz. So, yeah.
So, one thing you haven't talked about as it relates to FAMU is your time in the Marching 100.
Yep, Hubba Dog.
How was it during your tenure there?
Well, when I came, it was after
oh, yeah, that's right.
All of the drama and all the mess, and it was very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's right.
However, I will say that the alumni community did wrap their arms around us to make the band the best of what it could be with 100 people.
Right. Yeah,
and that wasn't even 100 instruments.
No.
That was maybe 50, 60 instruments, 10 people on the flags, the tough time, drum majors, and it was a tough time, and it wasn't.
Understandably,
It it was you had to have a lot of pride.
You had to.
Because no way we gonna sit across from Cookman and not think we're gonna get waxed with a 100 piece band.
Yeah, you should think
you know.
that.
But guess what? We did it.
Yeah,
we did it, and
we
stood in there. And my section leader, Brittany Squires, she was great. She was in the 100 prior years before, and so they allowed for some people to come back.
Okay.
Yeah, so they allowed for some of the upperclassmen like who were in the band to come back. So, but not everybody, of course. But
of course not.
Only if maybe they had to take a test or something. I don't know, but
who knows?
Correct. Who knows, right? And if I did know.
So who was the band director at that time? Was that Sylvester?
Young.
Sylvester Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Dr. Chipman was so involved. But Sylvester Young, yes, he was our band director at the time, and I think he was the band director for 2 years.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. So yeah, well that's good.
But the March 100, even the atmosphere now, I mean the growth.
Yeah, man, come on.
Is amazing. Like don't play.
It's about to get crucial.
Don't play.
Yeah, it's
with
crucial.
it.
It's
don't
crucial
play
right
with
now.
us. And then another thing, even when we did. When we like brought it on the field and things like that to start pregame, that was still good. All of that stuff was still very precise and we just didn't have the instruments
they had the
for the sound. But as far as the precision, the drills, none of that stuff stopped. We never put our instruments down. We played 100%. We danced.
Right.
The drills were still 17 minutes long.
Of course.
We still did 10 or 15 formations, and the dance routines was still fire. So, that I will say that from 2013, shout out to my freshman class, shout out to all of my clarinet freshman sisters. 2013 through 2015, the band was in the building stage, but by 2015, 2016, 17, it was up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
2022, it was over for everybody. But
man, come on, man. 2022.
2022 is over everybody. Over. Yeah.
Me and my freshman brother talking it, man. Boy, because we remember.
Y'all remember?
Early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we know what the boys got.
Yeah.
That was the 400 piece 100.
Oh, yeah, the 400. Yeah.
Boy, there wasn't no jive.
But they're going to be they probably be about 3 something.
Yeah, they're good now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we had a juggernaut.
Oh,
we
yeah.
Was going against. You know what I mean? So, what you think some of the major differences?
Instrument was on trombone, right?
Trombone.
Yeah, those are our people. So
yeah.
Trombones and clarinets. We still had the Thunders over there, and
you had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's some of the major differences between or from a high school band and college band to you?
Well, under the direction of Rufus Redding, to be honest, I just think the fact that you older, and you just be thinking like, am I still going through this? But from Jones High School, like Jones was mini college.
I tell people that they
Jones was mini college. Jones.
It was a mini college.
It was mini college, maybe not too many late practices.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like with the Marching 100, it's a major focus on musicianship.
Yeah.
And so that was a major thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was a major thing.
That's before anything.
Being in the woodwind section, the music that Lindsey Sargent wrote for the woodwinds was no whole half notes, we
right.
No.
you trill it and
runs and exactly. So I would say the musicianship, of course, I had to improve in that area. But Jones High School prepared me for the Marching 100.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time.
Absolutely.
We ready. We're not ready as far as sound and musicianship.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But
Shaking the Tree, I was ready for it.
We already got exposed already.
Ready. Yeah.
Hey, come on now. That was that Jones High.
We got
to get that back.
Oh, no games.
We
No.
gotta get that. Yeah.
I had my best times at Jones High School in the band.
We got some stuff we can't talk about.
Right, you know, and that's why I'm like, come on, like Jones High School, gotta take a drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to get back. The football team running it right now. You know, the football team got it right now, but we got to get that band back.
Got to get the band back, but like, it just goes back to the whole pride thing. They don't have no pride. These kids don't have no pride. They want to be on Roblox.
Yeah, they hanging out. Oh, they want to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they probably want to hold their camera and march at the same time so they could they could go viral on TikTok.
Going live. Y'all see me? Y'all
see this? You know? They want to set the tripod up and do the dance routine.
Right. But yeah, you know, we don't keep it too long. We know she's a jet setter, you know, so she heading to Aruba.
Yes.
She got to get ready for her flight. We gonna keep it too long tonight. Appreciate you coming through. Hanging out with us. We're going to do it again.
Oh, yeah. This was a wonderful conversation. Yeah. And this is only half of it.
Yeah, this just half of it. We can't give it all to them.
Right.
You might be pay-per-view next time. You know what I mean? But yeah, again, thanks for coming through. Giovanni Hampton. Let them know where they can find you on social media and everywhere else.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much, John. Like, this was a conversation that may not be circulating across Orlando.
Gotcha.
And just about like careers, being in business, self-love, self-care. Like you hit JustGiovanni.com. You can see it. If you're watching it, you can see it on the screen, JustGiovanni.com. Instagram is the same, Just Giovanni. Literally the same spelling and everything. Y'all stay tuned. I have a lot of different things that I'm working on. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not on my Instagram every day giving you something motivational. You gotta do the work. But I do every now and then drop gems.
Yeah.
And if you're on my website, there are so many things on there that you could read, including the self-love ebook. So if you need anything, send me a DM and we can work some things out.
Appreciate it. Want to shout out Jazz. She hanging out with us too. Y'all just can't see her, but she in the building. We're going to let them get ready to jet set to Aruba.
Aruba.
You know, they're going to turn up. I mean, this is a birthday party that don't
Tequila.
Their birthday party don't stop. You know what I mean? But again, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Wave goodbye. All right, bye.
Peace. We good.